truck's broke down, very low on cash, almost cut my fingers off.
This is where most owners would throw in the towel.
No wonder why so many fail.
In his very first year in business, Marcus has been on the brink of failure multiple times.
It's a very sinking feeling. The horrible days, the days I don't know if I'm gonna make payroll for the team, it's very tough.
Marcus started his Augusta Lawn Care franchise in Redmond, Washington this year, but it's been a massive struggle so far.
I'm less than 1 month away from insolvency.
I've always said growth sucks cash.
It's amazing how quick you could spend money, especially when you're starting a business.
Hiring,
Trucks,
marketing,
your equipment.
all of that while trying to probably give away discounts to fill the schedule and get customers quickly.
Those jobs that you do get on the schedule, you're hardly making any margins on. It's all money out the door.
Let's head to Redmond, Washington to see if Marcus can get out of this mess and keep his lawn care business alive.
So I believe that's sort of the final frontier for me. Channel my inner Mike Andes. It's Friday, we're at the dump. Gotta be on a flight to Memphis. Gotta get to the airport by 10 p.m. tonight, and lots to get done before then. So dumping this out, fill it up with half-yard soil, half-yard mulch for 2 separate jobs. A little tree trimming today, a couple mowing jobs, helping finish my other employee's route. Let go of somebody yesterday is what it is. Still gotta get it done. Prioritize and execute. All right, debris dumped, we're all loaded up. Got a half yard of mulch back there, half yard of soil up here. Finished a couple of projects this morning. Got this longer pole saw, gonna do some pole pruning for some branches, and then some mows I'm gonna finish up with. So I got the wheelbarrow in there as well. I need a trailer. One employee quit yesterday, so we're just scrambling to finish up the week. Just said it wasn't for him, is what it is. There's no bad feelings about it. I even said I'd give him a great reference, looking for another job. So today, just finished my first job. That was just installing some soil. Gonna go install some mulch. About 9 hours worth of services today. My one remaining employee, he's gonna do about 6 budget hours, then we're gonna meet up together to finish the entire week of services. From there, I have 6 or 7 estimates to get to, and then right after that, I need to drive down about 30 minutes to the Seattle-Tacoma airport, in which I'll go fly to Memphis. Have a presentation, that's what I was doing last night. Just finishing up my PowerPoint, my thoughts of what I want to convey to the franchisees, hopefully provide them some value. Stayed up till like 3 a.m. getting that done. Get started here at 6 a.m. I'll catch up with sleep on the plane, but for right now, 9 budget hours to do, several estimates. Let's get it done, and 12 hours from now, I need to be on a plane. So let's get it done, prioritize and execute. I'll see you soon in Memphis. Alright, plant some rhododendrons right there. Some mulch. Cleaned out my blackberries over here, mulch underneath and around the deck. Anything over here. Big cleanup was these debris and then mulch. Still needed to find the edges a little bit more. Otherwise, mulch out here. Gonna kind of repair the lawn too. And then mulch in the front beds. Big cleanup. All right, day's done. We're back in our shop now. Got all the tools and supplies. Just basically laid everything down in here because it's not this truck, but the truck outside. I'm gonna go park it at the SeaTac airport. Took all the equipment and stuff off the truck and the stuff outside. Put in the shed. Day's done, and we're gonna go knock out some estimates, and then around 7 p.m. we'll start the drive down to the SeaTac airport, go from there to Dallas, from Dallas to Memphis, right in time for lunch tomorrow. A couple red-eye flights, so I'm hoping to catch up on some sleep. I very much need it. And typing out some estimates, refining my presentation, and I can't wait to see all the franchisees down there. Initial mow, so we'll include that with front lawn right there. I'm gonna get a video wrapped around the property. I haven't even looked at the backyard, but for efficiency's sake, I'm just gonna make it up as I go, and as I see things, I'll say things in my phone here for the video. Slightly trim this off from the coaching on the pathway. Don't trim it too much to where it's become bare, but as much as we can off from the pathway. It is pretty thick right now, so get it really down in height. You have to mow it a couple times. Check lots of pine cones and stuff. We just blow into piles. Seeping out, pruning, trimming, shaping these bushes, pruning things off from approaching the house, and you damn frame that around the corner to get the joint across the house. Channel my inner Mike Andes with the sales pitch. To improve your close ratio, something nice, give them maybe a little bit folder. I won't show you everything in here, but you know, they do get a little magnet, some information about Augusta and our services. It's a magnet-free fridge. It has my business card in there and just a couple things that make us different. So. Something helpful I found out with sales is that don't talk about what people don't want to talk about. A lot of people don't want to talk about landscaping. They don't even want to think about their landscape. That's why you're there. You'll maintain it so they don't have to think about it. I like to gear the conversation more towards, what do you got going on this weekend? Right now here in Redmond, it is 85 degrees, sunny, people are out on the lake. I let them talk. Ideally, you see something light up in their eyes, something that they're excited about, and they talk about it and you let them talk, and it's great. And you build off that because people like talking about themselves, and there's no problem with that. What's that little thing that gets them excited? And when you find that out, when you uncover that, it's the best thing because their eyes light up. They say, oh yeah, my daughter just graduated this weekend. We're doing a big party. That's why we're trying to get the, the property cleaned up in time. Like, yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. You're having family over. I want to talk to you about that, not necessarily your landscaping. I want you to know that I'm the professional. I'm going to take care of your landscaping so you never have to think about it. You could focus on your daughter's graduation this weekend and we could have that relationship. You're on auto pay. You know it's taken care of. That way you could focus your time on other things on the weekend. You could focus on the graduation party, you could focus on doing golf. We're saving you that time. It's cost benefit analysis. It's opportunity cost. What do you want to spend your time on? And that's where we come in. Let's go to the top. All right. Cool, we'll get started. There's been a lot of debate on this, so I really want to just cut any debate out and make sure it's very apparent. So there's no debate and there's no questions about this. West Coast, best coast. Is what it is. Oh, stop it. I know a lot of you don't really get to see this. This is the sun. Obviously, it goes over the West Coast, so we get the sunsets, not you guys. So you get sunrises, but look at this. This is the least blurry image I could find, and it's still very blurry. If you'd like to join us on the West Coast in Washington, Oregon, or California, it's gonna say I'll set up a booth in the back. We just ask a couple things from you if you just do decide to move over here. We want your right to privacy, your freedom of speech, and you need to wear a mask while you're driving too. Just got the racks on the second truck here. So these ones actually are yellow. It's actually a pretty similar yellow color versus the other truck that's got the green racks on the side. Now we just got to get these ramps in the yellow color. That'd be pretty cool. But just wanted to reflect a little bit on how this past month and a half, or I'd say even this whole springtime has been. These went down, of course, as you know, in the summertime. Both of our trucks going down at the same time. This one needed a new transmission. This one, coolant radiator. About to pay $13,000 in new truck repairs, paint, new decals and things, separate equipment. Things go wrong. One truck needs a new engine, perhaps. One truck needs a new transmission. So this one now is having starter problems, and then this one now is having really bad brake problems, so it just needs new brake pads, but that's where we're at. Used trucks, I knew what I was getting into. I had doubts. My trucks broke down, very low on cash, almost cut my fingers off. I'm a little unsure if my index finger's still on or not. Just found out today that the workers' compensation is not gonna cover it, so I'll have to figure that out. So it's been a struggle, as we all know, in the springtime. It's not really something that was new to me, working at the original Bellingham shop. But with your own business, it definitely comes with its own challenges. I'd never had the financial challenges like I do now. Just a week ago, I had $3,000 to my name in cash. Right now is probably the lowest low I've ever been in my business. That's very low. I've never been really financially stressed. So I believe I passed the stress test. I believe we're out of it. Last month, we finally showed positive cash flow, which was a big deal because, as Mike talks about, your first several months in business, you're buying your trucks, you're buying your equipment, it's all money out the door. It's amazing how quick you could spend money, especially when you're starting a business. No wonder why so many fail, because even then, you don't have hardly any momentum in terms of your close ratio may be low, you're just not getting jobs on the schedule. Those jobs that you do get on the schedule, you're hardly making any margins on. A lot of the times, it's about telling yourself the truth, an unbiased truth. I'm in hyper-growth mode. I have less than $10,000 in my bank account, I have 2 employees on my payroll, and lots of overhead expenses. Left unchecked, I'm less than 1 month away from insolvency. I'm averaging 4 hours of sleep per night, not giving my body time enough to recover. 2 weeks ago, I almost cut all my fingers off with a hedge trimmer. 2 days ago, one of my employees quit. We have a very full schedule and a lot to get to before I had to be here. It's a very sinking feeling, and it's very tough. But this is where we're at now. When you are low on cash, you're doubting yourself, things aren't going as planned, and it's very hard to get momentum in your first year, especially in the springtime. You think back to what you really want, and you ask yourself that question, why? Why am I doing any of this? I will never, ever give up. If we take ownership of the problem, we could take ownership of the solution. With all the struggles, I still love it. Never quit. We realize that, to be successful, we really don't have a lot of choices. We live in alignment with our vivid visions and are determined to fulfill them. In pain and suffering is growth. I'm more than aware of that. We have a legitimate desire to make a positive impact for my clients, team members, family, and franchise community. I realize that when we are our most effective self, that passion is projected onto our clients and team members, and that inspires them to become better versions of themselves. The bad is on you. Try to project the good on them. Somebody wants what we want. It's up to us to make sure that person is us. That's where we're at, focused on the future. We realize that we are vertical. We're on this side of the carpet. There are people on the other side of the carpet that would do anything to have a bad day. We could roll out of bed in the morning, on our own, stand on our own 2 legs, take a big deep breath of fresh air without the assistance of a machine. You realize what you do have in moments like this. We realize that working outside the elements gives us a great sense of accomplishment, that we will never fully appreciate the sunny days without first working in the pouring rain. That's our subconscious self. We like being out in nature. We live in America, which represents 4.5% of the global population, yet 30% of the world's total GDP. Talent, education, wealth, and opportunity is right here, right now. When your head hits the pillow at the end of the night, you get a huge sense of fulfillment. We are in the right place. High-performing franchisees like Kevin Fairburn, Nick Dennelsbeck, Ryan Payne, Andy Burleson, Dustin Bierlink, and so many more are in this room. Thanks to people like them, we could be proud of wearing our uniform and continue to live the Augusta ethos. I just hung this up. It's an old Augusta shirt. You can't even tell it's almost black. So here's the new color. It's what it's supposed to look like. And believe it or not, these were the same color shirts at one point. So more than anything, this signifies how hard we work and what we really stand for. Now I gotta start from the bottom and be really scrappy with it. I look forward to the horrible days, the days I don't know if I'm gonna make payroll for the team, things I don't experience here. I feel like I need to experience that pain for me to grow even more as an owner. And I hope this has provided some value to you. I definitely learned a lot in this past month. I shouldn't have been as arrogant. I'm gonna bother you until I get my payment. Do it out of a U-Haul van, try to park down the street so they don't really see your truck. Sometimes you're wrong on estimates. You gotta take it on the chin. Whether you're in Augusta or not, it's all about the systems. Lower highs, higher lows. That's crushing it. That's P for P. As long as you build your business around systems, you're focused on the long term. That's what it's all about. If we're all pulling in the same direction, that's great. It's been a pleasure. I hope to meet you all at Landscape Summit this year. It's in October in Louisville. So if you're going to the Green Industry Expo, they changed the name of it, but that's how I remember it. If you're going to that, then hopefully I'll see you. So Marcus, Redmond, Washington, year 1, 2023, springtime, we survived.
Despite the ups and the downs, I'm extremely proud of Marcus for just completely changing the trajectory of his life. To start at 18 years old, not really having a whole lot of direction or skills or education, and being able to grow to just a few years later, owning your own business and having an employee and just figuring these things out, those skills are invaluable. And the ability to learn all of these skills at such a young age is why I'm so passionate about lawn care, landscaping, and service-based businesses. Regardless if it's something you want to do for the rest of your career, it's a great place to really sharpen the skills of hiring, marketing, and being able to get to the emotions of trying to grow a business and going through all the struggles like Marcus has. It is not easy for someone like Marcus to go from a general manager position where he never worked out in the field and he was in the office most of the day doing estimates, to being out in the field doing work for 12 and 14 hours a day. I respect that a lot of this young man, and I look forward to sharing more of his journey down the road.
Peace out, guys. It's a pleasure.